Okay, let's move away from the results and chat some top stocks on the game show. First up, here's how it's played. Our three experts get a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees and create a portfolio with a total of 4 stocks, picking out 1 stock from the F&O space. We have a compulsory churn of 2 stocks every single day, and when targets or stop losses are triggered, they replace those stocks with a new one. At the end of the week, we'll mark who is made the maximum money, and that person is the winner. Time to introduce our experts. Mitesh Thakkar, technical analyst, joins in. We have Ruchit Jain from Angel Broking, as well as Vikas Sethi, MD Sethi Finman. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Let's start off then by talking about individual recommendations. Mitesh, start off with you. You've retained 2 stocks, that's ACC Futures as well as IOC.
So my first stock for the day is ACC. I've retained it from yesterday. It was a quite subdued session for the stock price yesterday, but I believe that it remains in an uptrend. I would look for targets of around 1440, 1450 on the upside, and my day price target is around 1439. And here I would maintain a buy with a stop loss below 1379. See, most of the OMCs remain positively biased, and I think BPCL and HPCL have already seen some kind of trading gains. IOC has started trading above its supply zone of 404, 405, and I think the stock should possibly show some kind of positive traction in coming days. I would maintain a buy with price targets of around 424 and would keep a stop loss just below 399.9.
Okay, Ruchit, let's discuss your portfolio as well. ACC, again, a common pick with Mitesh. Would you concur with him with his thoughts on ACC, as well as Crompton Greaves? You placed a buy call on this one as well.
Yeah, in ACC, so more or less we have the same technical patterns that we are seeing. Probably it's a breakout from a channel which had happened day before yesterday. And it is also consolidating at the lower end of the range. So in near term or even for medium term, we think that the stock would bottom out around the current levels and start moving higher. So that's the prime reason I have retained ACC from yesterday's trade. The second trade that I have retained is Crompton Greaves. Probably after the breakout yesterday's trading session saw a pullback, and we believe after the pullback the stock should resume the uptrend today or tomorrow itself. So we have retained a Crompton Greaves with stop loss below 183 and for target of 197.
And what's the call? Okay, that's the call coming in on ACC. That's both of our experts picking it out. Crompton Greaves just about flat right now. Vikas, let's discuss the first 2 recommendations that you have. Thumbs up on SKS Micro. Perhaps would have expected, a better reaction to the stock. It's tempered off significantly, though brokerages are very upbeat post the guidance as well as the numbers that it delivered. And what's the call coming in on escorts and the kind of levels that you're mapping here?
Yes, Avan. I chose SKS Microfinance because if you look at the stock yesterday, in the last hour of trade, the stock had bounced back sharply from its lows yesterday after the management clarified that they'd got nothing to do with first leasing, which is being investigated by the CBI for financial irregularities. And then the company was slated to declare its results in the evening, and I was expecting good set of numbers, so I chose to go long on it. The results were fantastic. The stock opened with a gap, but has corrected. But I think any correction in the stock is a buying opportunity for long-term investors. I'm bullish on the stock from a long-term point of view. And the second pick was Escorts. The stock did well yesterday. It's fundamentally a good company, and the prospects look good, more so because they've also forayed into railways, which is where they expect some big orders. So I'm bullish on the stock from a long-term point of view, and for today's game show, I'd given a target of 182 something, and I think that has been met.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Escorts. The target price has been achieved for Vikas. Let's get a calculator check and find out how each of our experts are placed right now, starting off with Mitesh Thakkar's portfolio. So he is placed by call on ACC as well as IOC, and Gateway is his buy call again, and Kaveri Seeds. But it's just the IOC stock that's giving him some marginal gains. However, he has been stopped out on ACC as well as Gateway. Let's move on to Ruchit Jain's portfolio then, and he too has placed 4 buy calls at this point of time, barring the TCS October futures. All the other stocks are in the red at this point of time. The overall portfolio is trading in the green zone. He's making about 1,500 odd rupees at this point of time. Let's get in a check on Vikas Sethi's portfolio as well. Target price met for Escorts, and in fact all 4 stocks are trading in the green zone. and his overall portfolio giving him a good gain of about 43,000 rupees. So great going for Vikas Sethi's portfolio at this point of time. Let's continue discussing our experts' portfolio. And Mitesh, let's discuss your third pick. Tell us, what is it that you like about Gateway Distillery?
My third stock for the day is Gateway Distillery Limited. I think we did see some kind of price and volume action happening yesterday. The moving averages have recorded some kind of positive crossovers. The indicators remain moving in the northward direction. So my sense is that the overall stock chart is clearly positively biased, and we should see some kind of upward traction happening in the stock price in coming few days. I would look at price targets of around 385, 390 in the medium term, but for the day, I have a price target of around 372 and would recommend it as a buy with a stop below 346.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Gateway District Parks. Indeed, the stock is under a fair bit of pressure today. Mitesh believes that this is an opportune time to look to buy into the counter. 347 is where it's currently perched at. Ruchit, let's discuss your recommendation, and this coming in from the IT space. Given the kind of results that have been delivered by the likes of HCL Technologies as well as Infosys, what's the word on TCS futures, and do you think that you'd be approaching this just for the short-term view in terms of the futures?
Yeah, so if you just observe last 5-month charts in TCS, it has been moving in a range, in a broad range of 2450 to 2750, although it's a broad 300 rupees range. But after this recent correction, now prices are at the lower end of the range, around 2450. And yesterday it had formed a gravestone doji pattern, which is a bullish pattern after a downtrend. So probably we are expecting a pullback move, although we don't have much aggressive targets on the high side. For game show perspective, I have given a target of 2545, and positionally we have recommended it to our clients for a target of 2600. So we are expecting an up move in the next few days in the counter, and still at current levels also it's a good buying opportunity for short-term traders.
Okay, that's a call coming in on TCS, and good going for the counter, 1.5% of an uptick coming in there. Vikas, let's discuss your third pick, VST Tillers. You placed a buy call with a target price of 1,444 rupees. And tell us, what is it that you like about the stock? We don't discuss this stock so often.
Yes, Kamya, this stock is a very small cap stock. The company has pretty strong fundamentals, and the prospects also look good, and furthermore the stock trades at pretty reasonable valuations. So I'm bullish on the stock from a long-term point of view, and yesterday we saw some momentum which I felt would continue today. That's why I chose to go long on the stock and had given a target of 1,444 rupees 50 paisa, which has already been achieved.
Okay, so great going on VST Tillers. The counter is up and about in trades today in an otherwise fairly dull market. But remember, it's the broader markets where all of the action is isolated to. No wonder VST Tillers is also active in trades today. Good call there, Vikas. Meantime, let's move on to Mitesh's last and final recommendation. And you've picked out a Kaveri Seeds. This one has been a newsmaker. But Mitesh, take us through the chart patterns, and do you think you would buy it at the current levels?
My fourth stock is Kaveri Seeds. It's an early pick in the sense that the stock is yet to give a breakout, but I suspect it could happen today. We have seen the stock price after falling through from levels of 750 plus to lows of about 400 in August. We have seen the stock price go through a big sideways consolidation for the last 2.5 months in the range of 425 to about 495. I think the indicators are now positively biased and clearly suggesting that a breakout above 495 could happen in a day or two. I would look at buying this one with a stop below 483, and once the breakout happens, the first target which I have chosen as my day target is around 525, 524. But eventually I do expect the stock to get past 550 levels.
That's a call coming in on Kaveri Seeds. The stock is down in trade by more than 1% at this point of time. Let's move on then and discuss Ruchit Jain's last and final pick, which is on Dr. Reddy's. Ruchit, you've decided to go long on Dr. Reddy's. Firstly, tell us, is this the only stock that you like from the pharma space? And what is it that you like about Dr. Reddy's? What are the chart patterns indicating?
We specifically speak about this Dr. Reddy since last couple of weeks the stock was trading in the range of 4200 to 4300, and yesterday probably the stock had given a breakout of this range. Today, although we have not seen follow-up momentum, but because the stock is in a strong uptrend, we are expecting the momentum to pick up again on this counter. So I think on the high side we have a target of 4450 for short-term traders, and with the stop loss placed below 4247, today's sideways action should be used as a buying opportunity.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Dr. Reddy's. And finally, Vikas, let's discuss your last and final pick, Gati. Working in your favor in today's session, 157.50 is your target price. How much higher do you think the stock can go from here on?
Kami actually had given a short call on Gati and my target has been met. Despite the markets being strong yesterday, the stock was weak. And it was also expected to announce its results, so I felt the results would be bad and that's why I chose to go short on the stock. I see some more downside in the stock, but then that is only a short-term call from my side. But from a long-term point of view, I'm bullish on the stock, and any significant correction from the current levels would present a buying opportunity for long-term investors.
Okay, apologies for that. So it's a short call coming in on Gati from Vikas, and clearly working in his favor. 6% has been lost on this counter and the target price has clearly been met for Vikas. Let's once again get in a calculated check and find out how each of our experts are placed right now, starting off with Mitesh Thakkar's portfolio. All 4 buy calls coming in. However, Mitesh has been stopped out on IOC as well as Gateway Distillery, and his overall portfolio clearly sitting in the red zone, barring an IOC. None of the stocks are actually trading in the green zone, and he's currently losing more than 2% at this point of time. Let's get in a check on Ruchit Jain's portfolio as well. None of the target price or the stop loss has been triggered. However, his overall portfolio is currently sitting in the green zone, and he's making some marginal gains of about 1,500 rupees. Finally, let's get in a check on Vikas Sethi's portfolio. His portfolio has been locked in for the day. Target price met for all 4 stocks, including a sell call on Gati. He's currently making a good 10% or maybe 50,000 rupees already in his kitty. So clearly it's Vikas Sethi leading at this point of time. With that, we'd like to thank each of our experts for taking time out and sharing their portfolio with us on BNSN The Stock Game. And with that, it's a wrap here. But on the other side, it's Market Sense. Stay tuned.